that was being downloaded, and it turns out that if we 10 minutes, we will be able to get the AI battles. So definitely something that I want to do. I also found out that it looks like, well, prior to buying or to this stream, I did play a little bit. Unfortunately, it looks like the same game data and all of that has been corrupted, so I've lost all of that. Not much to go to have actually, so it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do though is we're going to take a look at the different the different menus that you have over here while we're waiting for the update to update. So the first option that we have over here is Conquer, and this is basically the story mode of MK11. Very interesting. If you haven't played Mortal Kombat 11 and you want to see a quite an interesting story, go on YouTube. They do movies that have just the cutscenes, and you can have a look at that. Maybe sometime I'll do a playthrough of that.
Towers of Time.
Towers of Time is basically towers, from what I understand, because I still need to go through. I have restricted access, which means I actually cannot go in there. So basically what Towers of Time is if you it's sort of like a multiversal type of towers, where it looks at different histories, very similar to how Injustice 2 does their towers of sorts. Something interesting.
Classic towers.
Okay, so we have classic towers. Now if we go in here, there was an error retrieving classic tower service. Do you still wish to continue? Yes. So there seems to be a bit of an error on this, so I might want to uninstall and reinstall sometime. So you can see that there are your classic towers, like in the previous Mortal Kombat. You'll see that there's a novice, which only has five fighters that you have to do, 4 plus the main villain Chronica. Alright. And basically you battle 5 opponents. There are no modifiers. Now modifiers are those things that change the aspects of the towers. Mortal Kombat 10 or Mortal Kombat X did that quite well, where there were certain stipulations that you had to do, and it was quite interesting. It would be like the world will be like tipping from one side to another, or your buttons were reversed, so it was quite cool. Now if you take a very close look, you'll see that going around Liu Kang, the Liu Kang zombie, or the Revenant, which is 3 characters. From the bottom you'll see that there's a dragon that's encircling that character. So in that fight, from my understanding, what you do is you have to sort of complete certain tasks while you're beating the character in order to get extra rewards and all of that. Alright, so that's novice. Warrior would mean that you have to go up against 8 warriors. To my knowledge, you cannot change the difficulty in these, so I think that would be your easy, medium, 12 opponents, and that would be more, more up the alley of hard. Endless is an interesting one, where you have to defeat as many enemy opponents as possible in a row without a loss. So it's basically almost like your endurance round. So you'll have to fight as many as possible, get as far up the tower as you can, and then you set the record for that tower. Survivor is survive a series of battles with health carrying over from each match. So in that one, there is a limit, 25, and then basically your health is goes from there onwards. So a typical Survivor match. This one I think your health gets replenished completely for this one after every match. We should give that a try sometime when we are more proficient in the game. Alright.
Classic towers.
So those are your classic towers. Then we have the crypt, which I'm restricted from going to at this moment. The crypt is basically your where you get all the I guess items that either change the look of your character or modify the game in some way. There are multiple things that you can get from that.
Conquer.
Then we go on to fight, which is basically your local. Now, local meaning that you play, you can play at home. It's like your typical game. However, when you get to tournament, you fight a human opponent in tournament settings enabled. Now, if let's take a look at tournament here quickly. Will we get something? We might not. Okay, we'll have to look at this a little bit later. Okay, so tournament
online.
Then you can go on to online battles, which means that you'll face fighters from other servers and all of that, which can be quite interesting. I wouldn't mind doing that. Something tells me I'm going to get my arse handed to me. AI battle is we're going to see that a little bit later. So that's fighting. Customizing is very cool. It's one of my favorite things to do. That is to take my character
collection characters
and change the way that they look. So I think my inventory has been reset, so it's not going to help. Yeah, let's just have a look at it first. Okay, so basically it's gear such as masks, katanas and spears. Really doesn't do much to the game. Cosmetics, same thing. But there are augments, like different things that you can add to your character. Nether Flame, Soul, Chaos Energy. So just to maybe add something with variation. So if I had to, and this is just to, just to make your character look a bit different. I like it. Very, very, very nice to show other people what my Scorpion or Kang would look like. There seems to be a few augments that I did get, but that's fine. We'll look at that some other time. Okay, so then we have our collections, and this is probably where we will see all your skins, gear, augments, what we've got. Which is interesting. Endings, recipes, very
customized,
and then learn. This will be your practice, tutorial, and fatality training. So
fatality.
Maybe what we can do while we're waiting is actually do a little bit of a practice session, knowing that I'm not going to actually do anything with it, because the trials are still going to start once the updates happen. Finally finishes. Okay, so let's use some weird characters. So why don't we go through the characters as well before we start? Okay, so starting from the top, we have Shang Tsung. You can see that he has, he's the young version, and his character sprite is based on the Shang Tsung from the original Mortal Kombat movie. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but seriously, when you think of Shang Tsung, that's the Shang Tsung you want. Then we have Shao Kahn, definite stable. Frost, yeah, I'm not going to be purchasing Frost, I'll earn it somehow. Cryomancer from Liu Kuei. We have Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat 3. Then we have some interesting extras. The Joker from the DC universe. A few years back, they had a PS3 game called DC versus Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat versus DC, and that is where the Mortal Kombat characters had to face DC characters. It was quite interesting, to say the least. We have Johnny Cage. we have Sonya Blade. We have Cassie Cage, the daughter of both Johnny Cage and Sonya. We have Jax Briggs. Check out that cigar. Nice. And then, probably one of my personal favorites, even though people will start thinking, ew, that's disgusting, is Spawn. An interesting character. Definitely fits in with the whole Mortal Kombat look, to be sure. One of my personal favorites, Scorpion. I'm thinking that Scorpion will be one of my main go-to characters. You can see that there are different variations of Scorpion to look at. Noob Saibot, which we learn later in Mortal Kombat mythology that he is actually Bihan, which is the current Sub-Zero's brother. He used to be the original Sub-Zero. Okay, the update seems to be updated, so we'll go through these even quicker. Baraka from Outworld, Lord Raiden with his red eyes, Jackie Briggs, the daughter of Jax Briggs, Sub-Zero, aka Guai Lié, which is the brother of Noob Saibot, Kano, Cabal, Liu Kang, Revenant version, Katana, Revenant version, Kung Lao, Revenant, Jade, Revenant. Now the reason why I say Revenant is they're basically zombies. If you're not too up to date with the Mortal Kombat lore, we'll definitely speak about it, but it's basically the darkest timeline for the Mortal Kombat characters. Robocop. Very interesting. A character that I never thought that I'd see in a MK movie or video. Scarlet. Aaron Black, which is an enigma for Mortal Kombat. Devora. Kotal Khan. Definite history over there. The interesting lore behind him. Shiva. Rambo. The Terminator. I'm not going to say anything about that. New characters for this MK11. Garrus, the Collector, and we have Revenant Sindel, Melina, Cetrion, one of the Elder Gods, Fujin, and Rain. So we have quite the lineup over here. So it'll be quite interesting to see how the tryout is going to work out. All right, so with that being said, we're going to go out, go to fight.
On AI battle.
An update is required to access online features.
AI local.
Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to stop it again, and